Oh, and here we are. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Critic Box. I am Jarrod, and we are here talking about the movies, the actors that are in the movies, all that fun stuff. And today we get to have our very first guest. We had to boot Andrea and Sarah today just to make room. We have Emeka Menakaya joining us, famed actor, filmmaker, all around great guy with a fantastic couch. Emeka, how you doing?
Man, Jared, that intro has got to be really, really special right there. I'm doing real good, man. I'm doing real good. Thanks for having me on. Excited to be here. How are you?
Hey, good, excited to have you. I am tired as hell because I've been luckily working the last number of days, and I get to work the next number of days. But compare that to last month where I had nothing but free time. I'd rather be busy than not.
Hey, grateful to be working, man.
Always, especially in this industry. Whew. Okay, so namely, I want to start off by bragging to everybody that I saw a movie in a movie theater last night. I didn't wait till I could stream it. I didn't wait till it's been out for 4 years. I saw a movie that came out this weekend, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Woo! I'm going to pause for applause. Thank you, everyone. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes of the Planet of the Kingdoms just came out this Friday, 20th Century Studios. I think this is the 19th or 20th one in the series of the Planet of the Apes. And just being 2.5 hours long, I was like, my God, what am I about to go watch? But then I'll be damned, it was a pretty good movie. It is an enjoyable movie. I know you haven't seen it yet, which don't beat yourself up if you haven't. It's been a weekend. I want to brag to everyone again that I saw a movie on opening weekend, but it was actually really good. And I got to tell you one thing, the trailer did not do it justice. I got to say the marketing team maybe need to rework that trailer because everything you see, humans running, guys with masks, what was his name? I love him so much. Kevin Durant playing Proximus Caesar, all that. You don't get to any of that for 2/3 of the movie, by the way. Like, the first beginning of this movie, all right, I'll give you the synopsis of the film. So, 200-ish years after the new iteration with Caesar, the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and all those other ones. This is 200 years later. You are in the throes of the new empire, the new Planet of the Apes. Humans have diminished because a virus came out, killed a lot of humans, made a lot of apes smarter, and it really starts off with Noah and his buddies. They're in a really cool tribe. They have what do you call that? Not pet, no, domesticated. They have domesticated eagles, so they use them. A really pleasant, nice tribe, and they got it all set up. It's a really lovely setup, and then things happen, chaos ensues. Then you do get this other tribe of apes that comes out, just causes hell. A human comes out and she can speak, and that is an important thing because humans typically can't. And as you can see in this scene, this is them first finding out that she can talk, and she's not only can talk, but she's smart and she's got a plan. So then these guys have to go get their villagers back who've been kidnapped by the Proximus Caesar, which again, he does not show up for 2/3 of this movie. So for the first two-thirds of this movie, you're getting exposition. You're getting characters that have lived their whole life not knowing about human domination. All right, so it's like, imagine this because humans, we evolved many years, we created things, we invented things. What happens if humans evolved and there was already an intelligent civilization? We piggyback off of that. You can see, because in this movie, you see buildings toppled over, old stadiums, old antenna towers, all that stuff, whatever. And they get to piggyback off of some of that stuff. They get to reuse some of that. The tribe, Noah's tribe in the beginning, they use, I believe they're living inside of some radio towers or electric towers, and they're using that as a setup, and they build their platforms and everything on top of that, right? And so that's what these apes are. That's what this movie is 200 years later, they've forgotten what humans were. Humans aren't dominant. They haven't been dominant for 200 years, and no one's writing anything down. So there's no look up in the history books. You just see artifacts and everything from prior. And you get to see their interpretations of everything, their
Mm.
interpretations of what were humans, or they call them echoes in the beginning. And like, who are these echoes? And like, now they're just like, I mean, basically raccoons. Basically, like, humans are like raccoons in this world. They can't talk, but they're just like annoying. And they're all like, get out of here, echoes, and like chase them off them and everything. And any mention of Caesar, some people, like some of these apes tribes, have never heard of Caesar, but then other ape tribes treat Caesar kind of like how Jesus was, like how it's like 200 years later, you're just getting interpretations of what they think, like, or what he thinks Caesar was about, misinterpretations, and like violence starts ensuing. It's got like Roman Empire meeting these tiny tribes, and it's either like join us or get stepped on. It gets that kind of vibes and everything, and it's in really beautiful scenes. I mean, beautiful CGI for the apes, really beautiful exposition. It gives like a lot of The Last of Us, like vines
Mm.
and overgrowth on all these like old buildings and collapsed and everything. Really cool vibes, really cool handling of it, and then you get to the meat of it. Then you get to meet Kevin Durant as Proximus Caesar. Then you get into like the real meat of the storyline. And again, the trailer focuses on that the end of the movie, like when they finally get to that whole big thing, whatever. But the whole beginning of that is really beautifully done. And I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it. I was never really got into the Planet of the Apes prior to that, but I
No,
really enjoyed it.
no, you never really watched the trilogy, or never really got into the first couple three movies.
I mean,
Up to that.
I saw the Charlton Heston one in the past. I mean, great classic one. Anything that came out 70s, 80s,
Right.
didn't really, and then what was his name? It was the Planet of the Apes we don't talk about. The Apes, which one? It was the awful one that was in like 2000. Was
Yeah,
it?
that was either the first or the second. I can't recall, but I mean, what the one thing, even though I haven't seen this new one,
Yeah.
the one thing that I do like is that it does acknowledge like the trilogy, especially the third movie, and kind of picks on from there, but creates its own story just based on the synopsis and based on the trailer that I've seen and just the way that you broke it down. There's this new character, Noah, who, I guess is going to maybe be the central focus, or like the main character going forward, and it could even lead to like a new franchise, like new set of
Mhm.
movies that will be created from this one. So they do acknowledge the past, but now plotting, going forward with the future, which for me, for a lot of movies, I think that can be dangerous because like you've already done it. You've done, the first, the second, the third, the trilogy. Just let Sleepy Dogs lie. Don't.
Yeah.
There's no need to come back and make a fourth.
What's
But
this new one gonna bring to the
exactly,
storyline?
exactly.
Yeah, and that's what this one does, and I think it does it well because the first three with Andy Serkis playing Caesar, it was telling a three movie story arc, and it tells it beautifully, and it's a beautiful rise of the Planet of the Apes. And now this one drops you in. It's like, welcome to the new Earth, like welcome to 200 years later after all those previous events, and it does bring out this is what's happened, or like this is where we are now, and new characters, new situation. It sets it up very well, and it definitely does set it up for future movies because you'll see in the last 20 minutes, it almost felt like the director was like, "Oh shit, we got 20 more minutes. All right, let's wrap some of this stuff up, or like let's leave some some loose ends for the next thing." Because I had questions throughout a lot of this,
Mm.
namely revolving around the human character. I want to do her justice, played by Freya Allen, who 100% was I say 80% of her casting was for her eyes. Those beautiful haunting blue eyes that she
Right,
has. Boom, perfect for that character, but she plays it very well, and the whole time you're wondering, who's this girl? One, she can talk, cool. Got questions, why can she talk? Two, she's smart and like knows how to do things, and you're like, how does she know how to do things? And another thing I have questions are, where did she get her crop top? Where does she get her pants? Where does she get her bra? Because we're 250 years out. Like, how are you still looking together? Like, how are you just not strips of fabric? Like I would be, like, if like 6 months after, like, after society falls, I'm just gonna just be wearing rawhide straps. Like, I can't make this clothes. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm like, she's got a perfect crop top, nice pants, and I'm like, where did that happen? And then a lot of things happen, and then finally, like last 5-10 minutes, you get like, that's why. There it is. And
Oh,
then gives you like answer some questions, and then you got more questions wondering, and then sets it up for the next.
well, thanks a lot for not, giving all the spoilers or not completely messing up the movie because I haven't seen it.
And I
But
don't want to spoil it. I don't want to ruin it for you,
I
but I want you to
appreciate it.
go in with expectations because I
Right,
went in
right.
with none.
Okay.
And I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, but now I wish I knew kind of going into it, like, okay, what, because I didn't know if this is going to be a bomb. I didn't know if this is going to be a success, whatever. You can go in there saying you're going to have a good time.
So let me ask you this,
Yeah.
without giving away anything,
Yes,
was there
sir.
anything about the movie that you did not
I would say things I did not like about the movie. It's nuances, it's touches that on some things where I'm like, you've really built up a couple of these characters and then they disappear.
like? Okay.
And you don't get like, I feel like I'm like, okay, why was I getting attached to some of these? And then where they go? And so I would say that was one of the faults they kind of been like, they could have tweaked that a little bit better. But outside of that, it's nitpicky enough to where I'm like, you know what? It could be a thing. They could answer that in the next one. I'm not gonna just like split hairs on anything. You can enjoy it. It's a good, enjoyable movie. I'm glad and it's 2.5 hours long. And I was like, it was 10 o'clock at night last night when I went in here and saw it. I was tired. I was on set all day and I had to drive all the way down there. I got a coffee. I topped it up with a little something. And I was like, all right, strap in, let's do it. It justifies its length. I'll tell you that. It's two and a
Okay.
half hours, but it justifies it. Like every scene felt like you needed that scene
Yeah.
you needed that plug in for the story. You needed that character doing this. You needed this thing to happen over there. I'm like, it makes sense and it flows. It goes by really well.
Cool. Definitely- I'm definitely going to check it out because one thing about me, I don't like it. I don't like it when a movie doesn't have enough, all right, the right balance of maybe action, dialogue, character development. Like, I don't like it if a movie is just kind of flat, not enough action, or just too much action, like not enough character development. Who is this person? What's their backstory?
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like it has like a good balance of everything. And just based on the trailer and the clips that I've seen online, like the CGI, like the visual effects, like they're not over the top. Like from what some individuals have said, like some scenes look realistic, and then some is like okay, CGI. It's not too bad. It's good, but it's not over the top. So it's like really good visual effects from what I can tell.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not like a Marvel film where it's like a CGI salad just being thrown at you. You're like, what's happening right now?
right, exactly. And I also love like how they use from what I can see in the trailer, and you touched on this, just like a lot of like abandoned buildings, trees, vines growing, stuff like that. So they really do a good job with those effects, similar to The Last of Us, like you said. So,
Yeah, and it's done. Say the director off the top of my head, yeah, director Wes Ball. He did the Maze Runner series, which had a lot of that. Like okay, post-apocalyptic vines on the buildings, that kind of stuff, whatever. So
yeah,
he has played in that style before. So you can definitely tell like he got to go further with that, and it looks really good.
yeah.
But here, you know what? Let's cut to a clip by Chris Stuckman. He did a really good review on that one. Producers.
I had a great time with it, and it is by no means a disaster or a disappointment for me. I thought it was really, really good. And this is one of those few franchises right now that is going fairly strong. And this was a film that had a lot on its shoulders because although it does acknowledge those three films, people are going to definitely compare it to them. I mean, I already have in the past few minutes, but it is trying to do its own thing. And at the end of this movie, I was excited to watch more films with these characters.
Thank you, Chris, our correspondent. That we have no affiliation with. So yeah, basically, like we were saying, we're not beating the Caesar storyline to death. It's a 200 years later. What was his effect on that
Mm-hmm.
world? And you see, and you see it. It's absolutely beautiful. Of like misinterpretations of his word, and also still like or his core meaning or whatever. It drops you in, it sets you up for it's kind of like how in the Star Wars films, how we're sick to death of the Skywalker family. I'm sorry, I'm done with the Skywalker family. However, I've been reading a whole bunch of other Star Wars, but you have no idea what I'm pointing. I'm pointing to my bookshelf right now. I have a stack of Star Wars books on my brother-in-law let me, and it's new characters in the same world, or maybe different times or whatever. And that in itself is, you built this world. You don't have to build the world anymore. It's built. Drop new characters, new storylines in it, and I feel like that's what this movie does.
Gotcha.
And hold on, I think we have another clip. Jeremy Jans, that's a heck of a name. Jeremy Jans, he also enjoyed the movie, but he had some notes on it.
This feels like the classic case of now we'll make a fourth installment. And it's not bad, it's fine. In a world of hit or miss, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is hit and miss. It'd probably be a better time if you're drunk. Yeah, now it's a party.
Well, let's just say I did have a little bit going in, and I enjoy the hell out of that film. Okay, so I'm not, what, Jeremy, you were right. And also, he looks like an alter ego of Seth Green. Anyway.
He looks like a villain. I don't know.
He did.
Like villain work.
He looked like an evil twin Seth Green. Yeah, I would say, like I said, there were some things you could ticky-tack about it, but I mean, that's going to be with most movies. But is it a 2.5 hour worth your time? I think it is.
In your opinion, the main character or this new character, do you feel like the character is strong enough or was portrayed strong enough and can carry like a new franchise, like another two movies?
I think so. I think he is in this storyline. He's a, you don't know ages. I don't know either because excuse me, they're apes. But he was a younger, inexperienced guy. And then he's put into these situations where he had to grow up. He had to learn. He had to adapt. He had to be strong. He had to be smart. And a lot of things bump him along the way. And then at the end of the film, he's definitely wiser. He's definitely smarter. Still, I mean, and now he now is able to fill the role of the hero. But now he knows that there's even more out there that he doesn't know. And so it's definitely, he grows and progresses throughout, and I could absolutely see him. And then he also gets hurt, physically, mentally, emotionally, and yeah, he goes through enough tribulations where he's more rounded towards the end, but he's still got room to grow. So I could definitely see him guiding the next two. I don't know how he's going to be included in the next two. But I mean, I see. I'm gonna put a little question mark on that for you. So, so when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's no spoilers or anything. Not gonna be like, surprise, he dies. No, I'm kidding. No, he's but it's it gives you enough to where you're like, okay, I want to see what they can do in the next movie. I know another angle you could go with this next movie, but you don't know until you get to that next part, and then you're going to have like 10, 15 more questions. You're going to have questions throughout the whole thing, and then those get kind of answered, but then you're going to have like more from that, like a Hydra. Like he's going to I got these heads, and then cut it off. I'm like, oh, no, I got more now. And so I think that's where you're going to be towards the end.
All right. It's definitely on my list. I'm definitely checking it out.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to beat this one movie to death, so let's move on from that one. How are you, Emeka?
I'm good. It's it's the weekend. It's coming to an end. I just did some traveling. Just got back.
Yeah.
So
where'd you go?
I had a chance to go to a friend's graduation in Chicago, and then Hawaii for a few days.
Ooh.
And Jersey, New York, and back to Toronto.
Just touring all the big hits of America, man.
Packed all of that in 1 week.
1 week. So did you even get to enjoy it, or were you just traveling most of the time?
Hawaii was more downtime. Hawaii had some downtime. I feel like I could have spent some more time there. I was only there for like 3 days. It was my first time visiting. There was more downtime there, and then Chicago, New York, Jersey were a bit more hustle and bustle, seeing friends and family. But it was good, man. I love to travel any chance I get.
I hear that.
Get out from the city, change the scenery.
From one city to bigger cities, yeah.
One city to a bigger city.
Nice relaxing trip to even more bigger cities.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but that's Jersey, New York, Chicago. It is go when you get to there, but yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay, so now let's get to know Emeka. What are some of your favorite movies? What are some movies like? Yeah, how about this one? Let's go this one. When you were, let's say, when you're if you're ever watching TV, like regular old-fashioned cable TV, right? You know, sometimes you click it on, a movie pops on, and you're like, oh, I'm watching this movie now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what was that movie for you?
Man, there's so many of those, man. But for me, the one movie that I always think of when I ask me what's your favorite movie of all time is Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. Yes, it's a love story movie that has hip hop, uh, romance, comedy, a lot of really good, iconic hip hop actors, artists, Most Def, Queen Latifah, Tay
Tay
Diggs,
Diggs.
Samaya
Yes,
Lathan.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh,
It's like 22 years. I haven't seen that.
yeah, that's the
It's been a
classic.
long time. I remember that movie. That is a good movie.
Yeah, Brown Sugar movie. That's my favorite movie of all time as far as just everything.
I mean, it's got a little rom-com-ish to it as well,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Definitely
Samaya
hits the
Lathan,
heart.
what?
Oh, that's good. That's a good call.
Yeah. What about you? Like a pose of Christmas.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna say my favorite movie, and I usually like about every year on my birthday I watch it, and just because it's one of those like, you know what, let me put this on. It's my favorite movie. Come in, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, oh
Who
wow.
Framed Roger? I don't know why. I just love that movie so much. It just,
That is a classic. That's a classic right there.
right, and it holds up too. It still
Oh,
holds up.
oh,
But like if you're talking like if there's a movie on, like I was just eating before we did this podcast, and Predator 2 was on
mm,
with Donald Glover.
mm.
Like I was like, you know what? I'm watching what it was like last 30 minutes of this movie. I'm like, I'm watching Donald Glover kick this Predator's ass. So I would say Predator, like Predator 1 or 2, if that's on, I'm watching it.
Yeah,
Tremors is gonna be like
yeah.
Tremors is a huge one. That's one I've seen umpteen hundred times, and like every time I still enjoy it.
Even the Predator. I think there's a new one that's coming out, right?
Is there a new one coming out?
I
Don't
think
you
there's
tease.
either an Alien versus Predator or Predator movie. There's a new one that's coming.
I think there is one coming out soon, and I'm all for it. Like that's a franchise that I'm all in. That's why I'm like I was gonna say the Planet of the Apes franchise. I'm not gonna yuck someone else's yum. I get why you would want to enjoy it. And but it kind of just wasn't, my style. But then I'm like, you know what? I actually like this one, so there it is. But then for me, Predator Alien
But
series. I know there's gonna be a new Alien coming out. That one's the one I'm excited about.
yeah, yeah,
What's your genre?
drama,
Drama?
drama, man.
I
I love
mean, you
drama.
talking brown sugar? Yeah, I was
I
about to say. It's like, I mean, if you're gonna be like, I love horror, I'm like, wait, that way, what's your favorite movie is brown sugar? Okay.
like so. Okay, I mean, favorite movie of all time, Brown Sugar, because it's light, it's funny, it's hip hop. I just love music. Um,
It's just a feel good. The whole time you
it's a
just like,
feel good,
yeah,
yeah, for sure,
you could just
yeah.
ease into that any day. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. But if you ask me, like, genre, the movie that I love to watch, I love that suspense, drama, mystery, those types of movies that make you just, think too much or so many twists and turns. Like Ripley, uh, which it's out on Netflix. It's a pretty good series. Not sure if you've seen it yet, but
I have.
it's, I mean, it's based on this one character. I was never familiar with the character before I watched it, but um, I love the concept of it. I love the cinematography, the black and whites. It's based, the set is
Oh,
mostly in Italy. This one character that just keeps, um, you know, what's the word? Scamming people and keeps getting away with it. You're like, how is this guy getting away with this thing?
it's the newer one, kind of like the Talented Mr. Ripley that came out a
It's the
number of
same
years ago.
character.
It's the
Yeah,
same that same like character story because that also was like an even older series as well. And Andrew Scott is a phenomenal actor. Anything, I mean, his episode of Black Mirror, if you ever got to see, I don't know if you
I
got to
haven't seen
see
that one. No. Yeah.
his episode of Black Mirror is some of the best freaking acting I've seen in that entire series. Like that man commits to emotions so well. Oh, yeah, I can see why. Like him playing that. Okay, yeah. That's a series I'm gonna have to be like, all right, honey, we're watching this now.
But
Anything else? Like how about your comedy, your sci-fi, a fantasy, horror?
honestly, I love them all. The only one
Hmm.
genre that I can't, not that I can't, but I'm not a huge, fan of, and ladies don't kill me. It's obviously the rom com, like not rom coms, but like yeah, mostly rom coms, mostly rom coms.
So you're saying you're
Like
not a Hallmark Christmas guy?
yeah, yeah, I'm like the Notebook, like I mean, it's great, but I'm not gonna go look for a movie to watch and go on there like for rom com. But they're great, they're great. Uh, Definitely horror movies. I love horror films. Um,
Yeah.
Growing up as a kid, I used to be scared of them, like crazy. The only time I could watch a horror film growing up, and this is back home in Nigeria, was the daylight, doors are open, windows are open, there's a lot of sun, there's no darkness. I'm not scared.
You
But
were
now to
safe from
me,
the sun. As soon as the sunlight was out, horror movies can't touch you.
oh, it's gets up me. But now it's like, I mean, because I'm older, it's comedy, but I still enjoy like the goriness or like the mystery, the
Hmm.
suspense. Yeah, horror movies, drama, for sure, action. That's a good one. Sci-fi. I enjoy some sci-fi too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been enjoying some of the comic films coming out?
Um, I'm looking forward to Superman Legacy. I think that's next year, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think something like that. Yeah. Yeah. New Superman
Um,
coming out. Yeah.
yeah, I'm curious to see what James Gunn does with that.
I mean, it's James
Um,
Gunn. I mean, if
yeah,
there's any man I have faith in of picking up any franchise, it's gonna be James Gunn.
yeah, and this I can't forget the name of the actor who's playing Superman. But obviously, I'm a Henry, for me, I'm a Henry Cavill guy. I really like him as Superman. So I think it's going to be a challenge for this new actor and
David
David. Yes,
Corn
Corn Sweat. Yes,
Corn.
yes.
That sounds like an unfortunate name. Corn Sweat. Corn
Hopefully,
Sweat.
hopefully he doesn't have the Superman curse because that was the curse before Henry Cavill. He kind of survived it, but I mean, he's not playing Superman anymore. But there's this Superman curse that that happens to Brandon Roth. Obviously, um, the original Superman.
Oh, Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeve.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes. Uh, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy, although I have
Ooh,
enjoyed a lot of the Marvel movies, at least up until the last four. I think it started to go south. And Marvel is not doing pretty well right now, I know. But
which I mean, Marvel used to be like Mount Olympus of like they
right,
had everything, and then now after Endgame, that was the end
well,
game, you know,
that was the game.
and
Yeah.
then Robert Pattinson's Batman came out, and you're like, DC, I thought you were out.
Honestly, even going back to Batman vs Superman, the Snyder cut,
Yeah,
I preferred that one to the one that was that James Gunn too? No, that was Josh Whedon. Right, Josh. Yeah,
did Joss Whedon do the Batman vs Superman?
I think he did because Zack Snyder was filming originally, and then he had the unfortunate event with his daughter dying, so he couldn't continue. He couldn't complete it. Justice League. Sorry, Justice League.
Justice League. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it
Justice
was.
League.
Yeah,
The Snyder cut. Justice
yeah.
League.
Hmm.
That I thought was pretty good. But outside of that, I mean, take away Aquaman crap. Maybe the last one of them crap. The one before I thought was good. The Flash I enjoyed, but a lot of people throw that in as crap too. But I
A
mean,
lot of controversy behind the lead actor of like, why are
yeah,
we
yeah,
backing this guy and you're not backing the other films? You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the Batman.
Who do you think would have win in a fight? Batman versus Iron Man.
Easy. Batman.
Yeah?
First of all, I'm the Batman guy.
You told me you're a DC guy. I know you're gonna back
I,
Batman.
I am a Gotham Knight guy. Yeah. Um, I mean, Batman, man, he's just, yeah, Tony Stark is smart, but he can be, I think his ego can get in the way of a lot of things and he can be a little bit corny. Batman is not playing around. Like, he'll figure out your strengths and your weaknesses. He has your weaknesses in his back pocket. He knows when to take advantage of you. Look, I mean, he had an answer or a solution to every single Justice League member if they ever went rogue or something. Like
That is the best fact about Batman that I absolutely love of if I have to turn on my coworkers, I've got a folder, and for each one of them, I'm like, oh, Martian Manhunter's acting up. Start whipping that out. Like, all right, what's he got? We need some fire. All right, which one do we got? This fire. He has a counter for every single one of them. I'm like, he is just such that dark, twisted brain. Yeah, Tony Stark would just he'd like Tony Stark would play like a little rope-a-dope. Batman's like, I'm putting you down right now.
That's right.
Like, he's like, I'm gonna figure you out, and then you're going down.
Exactly. And he's always 10 steps ahead of you. Like,
Yeah.
you might think, you haven't figured out, he's already thought of that, and he's way ahead of you. As far as, money, I think they probably cancel out each other. Maybe Tony Stark has more. I mean, he has a defense contract with the government, so maybe he has more. But,
Billionaire to billionaire, yeah.
yeah, but, I mean, I'll give it a that.
I mean, I honestly always felt like, I mean, you go, Tony Stark dresses up as Iron Man. Bruce Wayne is Batman. Okay? He puts on a suit to play Bruce Wayne. And
Right.
when he's playing Bruce Wayne at his board meetings, he's looking at his watch, he's looking outside, he's like, "Oh, it's getting dark. It's getting dark." Like he wants to go back to be Batman, Like that's the mentality you got to deal with. And I'm like, Batman don't play around.
No, he doesn't. Not at all.
How did you feel about the Robert Pattinson and him continuing on the role?
I like him. I think he did a pretty good job. I wasn't sure how, how he would look, how the suit would look
Mm-hmm.
size-wise, But when I saw the trailer, and
Like Ben Affleck, like juiced
yeah,
up Batman.
yeah.
Stick
Interesting
Batman.
enough, though. Interesting enough, though. I like Ben Affleck as Batman. Like, I honestly like his version of Batman. I
Yeah.
just didn't like the way the Justice League, not the Snyder cut, the way he was portrayed there. I thought that was really crap. But the Batman versus Superman, I thought Ben Affleck was great. What a really good Batman. But Robert Pattinson, I thought he did a pretty good job as a young Batman, and now with the second one coming out next year, to see the growth and evolution that we expect him to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's probably going to battle two villains. Joker is probably in there as well.
I mean, talk
I like
about
him as
shoes to fill.
Yeah, I like him as Batman. What
Yeah.
about you?
I think thing I appreciate about the Batman is that was basically in a comic book issue. Like that was like, hey, here's a here's a mystery. Let me go crack some skulls and start knocking on some doors to solve this. Like that was Detective Batman. That was classic Detective Bruce Wayne going around. Hey, Penguin, you know anything about this? Maybe I do. Punch. Okay, go ask this guy. Goes over to ask this guy. He's knocking on every villain's door. He knows where they all are.
Yeah.
And then and he's getting to the bottom of things. And I love that. That's a part that I love.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a deep acting question for you. Would you rather be BG or a one-line role in a great movie, an Academy Award-winning movie, or would you rather be a lead in a movie that got razzed, like a lead in a terrible movie? Now, it wasn't terrible because of you. You could be like fantastic in it, but it just got panned.
You know what? I think
And this is gonna go. This is actually an acting question because it's like I haven't been a lead in a feature film too much. Like
you know what? As much as I want to say background in an Oscar-worthy movie, I'm going to go lead in a shit movie if it wasn't crap because of me. Like my performance was great. Maybe it's just a story or whatever. I'll go with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'll go with that. I'll go with a lead in a not so good movie versus background in an Oscar-worthy. I don't know. Movie. Because it's an Oscar-worthy movie. Like they might not remember you. Your background. If you're the guy that maybe just opened the door.
Sir.
Sir, exactly. They're not gonna remember you. But as a lead, at least other directors, producers can be like, you know what? Even though the movie was crap, I can see the talent, I can see the potential. I think he would be good in this or in something else that I'm writing. I think he would be perfect for this. So
Yeah, because that's the thing. Some films aren't meant to be. Not every film's meant to win an Oscar. Some films are a business card for your next film.
exactly. Plus, you get paid more. It's a background.
I mean, lead you're getting paid for. I mean, that's a hell of an IMDb credit, you know? Like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
or you're like, oh, like was it door attendant number 3, you know? Mr. Jones, you know? Which, by the way,
Exactly.
look, wait, I just want to say, audience, look for me in M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Trap, where I'm going to be bystander number 3. But
Shoot, you might even get. You might not even make post production. You might even
I
make the
may not
cut.
even make the pose, right? I was in Handmaid's Tale. I was American refugee number 4, and I'm
Oh,
damn proud of that one, even though I was literally the only American on set.
oh man, I auditioned for that. I auditioned for that show a couple times. Always a guardian. So,
You know what? And we can also go back to Halle Berry's Catwoman. She owned that role. Damn it! She went to the Razzies and accepted that role, that award herself. All
right.
right, that takes. I'm like, I'll stand by that shitty movie. Damn it!
Plus, she looks nice in that suit too.
She is Halle Berry,
That's right.
and she's always got my support. What are some films coming out? What's on the horizon that you're excited about?
I don't know what's coming out.
Because this is a weird year. We're coming out. This is post protest year.
Well,
Like we're having 6 months. A lot of us weren't working, you know. And so now,
well,
some things that may have gotten shelved are finally getting to see the light. You know, like a lot of things are happening right now. What's something you getting excited about?
I mean, honestly, for me, it's that Batman for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming out this year. I know recently this movie just came out, Ministry of.
Oh, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Thank you very much. Ministry
Yeah,
of
that's the one.
Warfare. That looks really, really good. A lot of good reviews from what I've seen. Monkey Man, I think that recently came out also.
Oh wow, Monkey Man just came out. You're right.
By Dev Patel. He also makes his directorial debut. Uh,
Hmm.
and from what I can see, the reviews are really good.
And this is Dave Patel. He's reaching out. He's like, hey, I'm not, just a funny side character. He's been playing like the nerdy computer guy. I'm like, no, I can do some push-ups. I can throw some punches.
He is kicking ass. He is kicking ass in that film. So
Yeah.
good for him.
He's doing his acting career and he's realizing he's not getting as far as he wants. Let me try something and see if it works. Like maybe people need to see me in a new light.
Right, right, right. What else is coming out though? I'm trying to think of what else is coming out this year. It's Joker. Joker.
Oh, yes. That one, yeah. I mean, we've talked about it on this show. That is just comic book wise, the Joker and Harley Quinn, that is a rich story. You know, like sometimes you always see like the leads in DC getting their movies. You don't get to see like the side characters having their own deep one. And I'm excited about that too.
It's going to be interesting though to see how Gaga portrays Harley Quinn, because I thought Margot Robbie did a phenomenal job. I thought she
And
owned
still
that
does.
character. And Gaga, she's now going into acting. Like she's actually taking on roles that are challenging. And so far, she's been great. She was good in Gucci, or the House of Gucci, Star is Born.
I mean, the Gucci film didn't get the best ratings, but she was
Not the
really
film,
good in it.
but her, yes.
Yeah, yeah. It was not again, not because of her acting. All right. All right. See, she still got a career.
Right, right.
Speaking of films coming out this year, we got a number of trailers we get to watch.
What?
Yeah,
Cool.
you and me strap in. We get to see some trailers for the first time and what we think about it. What is this? A Quiet Place. I love day one films.
Oh,
I've talked about it on this podcast many times. Like you tell me a storyline day one. Oh, I love day one. All right.
You can't have a cat in here.
It's a service cat. We have to get out of the city. If we stay here, we die.
I have a plan.
It's the end of days. No more people. No more New York. And we're nothing.
Nice.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. I want to see that.
I mean, Lupita, Jimon, Joseph Quinn, Alex Wolff, all of them. Every single one of those actors. Yes. Have you enjoyed the Quiet Place series before?
I think Emily Blunt and what's my boy's name?
Kaczynski. No, not Kaczynski.
Yeah, John Krasinski. Yeah,
Krasinski. Yeah, Krasinski.
John Krasinski. Jim.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God, hey, that poor man's gonna be chasing that name for the rest of his life.
I think those two. I mean, I think they're both producers and directors, so on the film. I enjoyed the first and the second. So to see them go back to, the prequel and how it all started, how it happened, because we never really got to see that. We kind of just understood there was some type of likely alien invasion or someone freaking developed something in the lab that just like a virus. So we weren't really sure what happened.
Yeah, we were like 1 year in, I think, is when Quiet Place started off. Yeah.
So to see them take it back and tell this story with a great cast, like you said, Lupita. I mean, she's just amazing. I'm looking forward to it.
And Jomon Honsu, love that man. That's a man that's. I mean, I love the actors that are. I call him that guy. Like you may not know their name, but you see him in everything, and every time they're in that scene, you're like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this scene because I love this guy. Like he's one of those guys. Like he eats up a scene, and I just love it.
And also one thing about him that I really appreciate and like, in every role, damn near every role that he's been on, he hasn't really changed or his accents per se. Like it's him. Like some actors change their accent a little bit or to fit a certain character, but it just feels like him. First of all, he has good stage and on camera presence.
Oh, he does.
But he stays true to him as himself while playing that character and doing a really good job. So
I'm like, even if they're, I mean, because his voice and accent, you're like, never change. Like, never change that. Like that baritone register he has and that natural. I'm trying to remember where is he from off the top of my head. Yeah, it's Benin.
Oh, Benin. Oh, okay. Benin.
Oh, Benin. Sorry, Benin. That's why I'm saying Benin. I say with my flat white accent. Sorry, Benin. Yes. I mean, just a beautiful register of just like everything you do, my friend. And he does it with such commitment. God. Next trailer, please. Let's see what else we got coming up. Twisters! Talking about two people who used to live in Texas.
once-in-a-generation tornado outbreak continues across Oklahoma.
We've never seen tornadoes like this before, and we need your help.
No, I don't chase anymore.
Kate, we can save lives.
I'll give you 1 week.
All right, fellas. We got PhDs from NASA, FEMA, and Kate, she's the smartest person I know.
Hey, dudes. This is interesting. Who are they?
It's Tyler Owens. Calls himself a tornado wrangler. If you feel it!
Scared of nothing and I'm scared to death. You know, our crew is not like your crew. I can't breathe and I catch my breath. We don't need PhDs and fancy tech. Sometimes the old ways are better than the new.
Well, you can always trust a guy who puts his face on a t-shirt. Are those fireworks?
Yes, ma'am. You got quite the reputation, city girl. You think you can disrupt a tornado?
In theory. But in the field, in the moment, I got it wrong. We never had a chance.
You want one?
Are you seeing this?
We got twins! Twins!
They're combining. Go faster.
Let's ride. It's all right to be scared. Fear's the reason you do it. You don't face your fears, you ride them.
Holy.
You ever see anything like this?
Not like this.
Hold on, hold on, hold on!
Okay.
Twisters! What'd you think?
I mean, like it's not my favorite go-to to want to watch on track and find something else to watch for that. But it does look interesting. It does look interesting, and
Yeah.
in 2024, making a Twister movie, I would be curious to see, the effects, the action sequences and the things that happen for you. Because there's some scenes that make you go like, holy shit, like wow. It looks interesting. And the lead, he's great. I forget his name, but
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Yeah, he's a really good actor.
I think that's a man that we need to keep an eye on, because I feel like anytime he gets on the scene, like he's another one of those, like every scene he's another that guy. Like you don't know his name, but like I've seen this guy before, and like that man, like any character he takes on, he takes it.
Yeah. What do you think about the trip?
I'm gonna say that looks like fun.
Yeah.
You know what? Not every movie's got to be an award winner, but is it going to be worth your time? Do you know what you're going to get going into it? I feel like I already know what I'm going to get going into that film. It is just going to be fun. It's just going to be some sweet, going back to 1996 with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt's Twister. It's tornado action, baby. I want some hot, spinny tornado action. All right. And the thing is, you and I both used to live in Texas. You don't have to make up a whole lot of things for a tornado movie. Tornadoes are terrifying, and they do all of this stuff. All of this stuff, they will pick up things and throw it across town. Tornadoes are freak occurrences of nature, natural things. And there's no other tornado movie. Like, you think of a tornado movie, you think Twister. And then, all right, this new Twisters, all right, well, what is it going to bring? Like, what can it bring that Twister wasn't already brought by Twister? And I feel like with this storyline, it's like, in the first one, she was, okay, I'm going to take out these giant balls that can go up and analyze a tornado, and you're going to get data out of it. And this one, it's like, I'm going to take something you can put into a tornado, and it will neutralize it, evidently. That's what I picked up from that one line in that movie, whatever. But looks like it's gonna be a fun summer movie. Like if I'm gonna go to the drive-in and it's a double feature, hell yeah, I'm gonna go see that.
It looks interesting. I'm not gonna.
And also, speaking of future Superman, David Cornsweat's in that too.
Is it?
He's in there. I mean, I'm looking at the cast right now, and I'm like, oh, future Superman, David Cornsweat is in Twisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it on the list too. Put it on the list.
Put on the list of maybes. You know,
Maybe.
exactly. You know, like I said,
It's a strong movie.
strong maybe. All right. Okay, so then, oh, you know, it'd be even better if he's in this movie Twisters, and then he's in Superman, and then he does that Superman trick where he spins around something real fast, and he just creates a tornado out of it. That'd be the best thing. That's just me. All right. Okay, so let's move on to this next movie trailer. What do we got coming up? Furiosa. Hell yeah, Mad Max.
This is our destiny. You, me. The question is, do you have it in you to make it epic?
I am the great Dementus, and I rule the wasteland. Black party!
Remember me? Who do we have here?
I'm furious! Where are you going? So full of hope. There is no hope.
Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Rated R, only in theaters May 24th.
Ooh, that's coming out soon.
Oh yeah. This one is definitely on the list.
Yeah.
I'm a big Chris Hemsworth fan. Plus,
Yeah.
Anna Joy Taylor. I think she's someone to watch out for next. Like this next set of actors that are just gonna. She's definitely there.
She's young. She's proved herself
She's young.
over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very talented. I love it. I love the Mad saga.
Nicholas Hoult, Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Yeah, with the whole issue with Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron, they had their beef or whatever. Like
Before that, I'm like, we're getting prequels, baby. We're getting Fast and Furiosa.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to watch this one. It.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. You know what? That'd be even better if there was a double feature, Twisters and then Furiosa. I feel like those two movies go hand in hand with each other. You know, just some fun action, baby. All right, next trailer, please. Ooh. It's got the laurels.
Fenomenet ser ut til å begrense seg til Oslo-regionen. Helt presis hva som har skjedd, det er usikkert.
Mamma er død.
Så våknet hun igjen.
Hva betyr det?
Jeg vet ikke.
Hun var på sykehuset.
Nei, da mistet vi han igjen.
Jeg har savnet deg. Jag älskar dig, vare sig du vill eller inte. Se mamma, har du mycket fin?
Du må ikke holde så hardt.
Nå må du slippe. Ebba, slutt!
Jag älskar dig, vare sig du vill eller inte. Pappa! Jag älskar dig, vare sig du vill eller inte.
Ooh. Okay.
That looks it looks interesting. It looks interesting. It looks like a zombie movie told in a very different way.
Yeah.
I'm definitely intrigued by it. It has a lot of gloominess, darkness to it. I don't know. Sorry, my neighbor's dog is going crazy.
Oh, see, that's how good that trailer was. It's starting to unnerve the dogs. See, that's
Yeah, it's like a foreign film. I haven't seen or heard that title.
Well, from the same author as Let the Right One In. Have you seen those?
The right one? Which one?
Let the Right One In.
Oh, Let the Right One. No, I haven't seen
It was a book, but then it was adapted. Then it was a Norwegian film. Then I think it got a British or an American remake. Both of them are good either way. But I mean, yeah, it's a really good vampire movie as well. But it's got that vibe of like it's a slow burner with a good payoff kind of a feel. So I'm kind of feeling like that's the vibe I'm getting from this trailer too.
It's interesting. I wouldn't mind checking that out.
Yeah, I feel like it's not going to be like not your every other, brains zombie kind of a movie. It's going to be one of those like practical, slow burner, like realistic ones. We've got one more trailer,
Okay.
one more, last one. Let's get see what we got. In a Violent Nature. Buckle up.
I'm not gonna ask you again. You stay out of that park. But one of these days, you're gonna find something that's gonna walk right through your traps. Trust me, you don't want to find that animal.
You guys never heard of the White Pine Slaughter?
The what?
The White Pine Slaughter.
Just tell us the story.
You guys really want to hear it?
Yeah.
Come on. All right, buckle up.
Something's not right, man. Get it through your head. You don't know what you just did. It's the only thing holding his soul at rest.
Well, give it back.
You can't. He's awake now. What are you waiting for? We're right here.
Okay. In a Violent Nature.
I like that. It's like an interesting slasher film. I'm actually intrigued about it.
That looks like a movie where a classic slasher, but you get to be behind the killer this time. It's not just like, oh, the teenager running, slipping, like, oh no, I fell to the ground. Oh my God. Like you get to see the first person view from the killer.
Yeah.
Like camera follows the killer this whole time. And you just get to see him strolling through the woods, prowling.
You got to see it from his perspective. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? I think we're out of trailers. We've discussed all of Hollywood. We're exhausted.
Yes. No, it's been great, man. It's been great. I appreciate you having me on. I'm excited to see all of those new movies, those trailers that we just played, especially the Quiet Place. I think that will be the one that has
Quiet Place Day One.
Day one, yeah, has my most interest. But man, thanks so much for having me, man. I'd love to come back on some other time and talk about the more movies.
Now, Emeka, where can we find you? Where can people find you? You're an actor. You're a filmmaker. What are you doing? Where are we going? Where can we see your stuff?
Well, you can catch me on season 2, Reacher. I'm out there in season 2. I'm also on Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, season 2, episode 4, I believe.
You're a solid season 2, man.
Solid season 2, right, exactly. There's a series coming out on Netflix. It's called The Madness.
Oh, I heard about the Madness shooting. Yeah.
Almost on there as well. And just auditioning, man. Auditioning as the opportunities come, taking classes, staying busy, stay working. I'm on Instagram at MENAX_99. And then from there you can see all my other.
That's it. So we can follow you, and then next time we're doing this podcast, we can watch some trailers. We can see you in it.
Hey,
fingers crossed, man. Hey, that's the dream, right? Living it. All right. Well, Emeka Menakaya, absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining us here on Critic Box, and thank you everybody out there watching us, watching our the trailers, subscribing, liking, all that jazz that we say on social media. We'll see you guys next time.
Sure.
See you guys. Absolute pleasure.